Hi everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author, and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So I thought today that I would talk about signings and public appearances. Signings have been something I've done a few times over the years. I've not done any single person signings, but I thought I would give you some ideas about what to prepare when it comes to a signing or a personal appearance as an author. So number 1, prep and plan your books. One thing I learned early on is that you need to know what books you're bringing, whether there will be any new releases happening around the time of the signing, and all of that. Like, I know that I usually release a book in May and October, so I know that if I'm going to a signing in July, there should be both a newish book and one upcoming. This allows me to prepare and know whether I'm going to be saying about a pre-order campaign or if I'm just going to be pushing a newish book to people who stop by. It's also a good idea to have an idea of how many books you plan to take with you. I have 21 books out, with 22 coming in October, which you can pre-order below, and I'm going to a signing in July 2025, so I know that I need to have copies of all those books and more than just the one copy too. When you first start doing signings, it's hard to fathom just how many copies is enough. If you're someone who has a large enough fan base, you might be able to prep based on sales and interest from people involved in the signing, but you also might not. When I did my first event, Darker 2017, I didn't have the first clue about whether or not I would have a lot of people buying. I did well, but I didn't sell anywhere near as many books as I thought I would. If you're doing a public appearance and there's going to be some people who might want to purchase a signed book or the backlog, then you need to have some idea of how many people there's going to be. Sometimes I do pre-order forms and get a lot of interest from people coming and then sell more on the day, but this is a good way to gauge interest and decide just how many books you'll be taking with you. Number 2, plan and prep any swag. One thing that you may not think about is swag. This can be anything from bookmarks to postcards to pens, stickers, custom made items, and the list goes on. I don't think that a lot of people realise just how much of this can help bring people to your table. Some of it is going to be things like you give away for free, like I have a smaller bag of items where people do pick up and take, but I also have a bigger pack with lots of goodies in it that you can't get elsewhere. This draws people in and also helps spread the word about you and your books. Even if someone doesn't buy there, but then they take home some of that swag and buy, pass it on, or the like at a later date, it can very much help widen that reach from just the signing itself. I've been doing swag long before I did my first signing, so that's something that was pretty easy for me to get a hold of, but if you haven't, then it's definitely something that you need to plan and prep in advance. Sometimes it's as simple as ordering from a printing company, sometimes it involves ordering custom content, and that all takes time. Number 3, work out how to display things. I have a wide array of genres, so I wanted to make sure that I drew in a wide array of people. Sometimes you want to focus on just one genre or one type of genre, like say crime mystery or the darker genres for something like Darker, and in that case you want to be highlighting that in your display. Now I have things like crime scene tape, a friendly ghost, I do fingerprint cards for people who stop at my table, I allow them to get their fingerprint taken, and on the back is all my details. People have loved that, and I've had people not originally interested in my books stop by because of that, and then they get drawn in. At the end of the day, you need to make sure you have something to highlight your work, whether that's banners that list your genre or books, or neat little knickknacks that draw in discussion. I made sure to practice my layout more than once to be sure that I knew what I was doing and where things were going to go, and I've had good success with signings and the like, so I know that the display works and draws people in, but don't be afraid to both practice and try new things if it doesn't work the first time round. And number 4, if giving a talk, practice. I've never, at least not yet, given a talk in person, but I know a lot of the signings here are starting to introduce panels for the attendees. I've also been approached about doing presentations in schools for teens who want to know more about what goes into being an author and publishing. Despite how it may seem, I'm not the best at public speaking. I'm very much an introvert, though I can fake it for a time and put myself out there as needed. My biggest piece of advice is practice what you're going to say. Talk it through with people who know the subject, and if possible people who will attend a talk like that themselves, so you can get relevant and honest feedback. I've put together a presentation for schools, and while at least not yet I've not given it to a public audience, I have put it on for friends who might be able to help me tweak this and that and come up with something that will deliver on what it needs to be. Make sure that if you're doing this, it's people that you trust to be honest with you, because you don't want to be going into to do some kind of presentation and discover that you've been led the wrong way. That just sounds like a complete nightmare. So get feedback and practice and channel your inner extrovert even if you don't actually have one. So there we go, those are my 4 tips when it comes to planning for signings and public appearances. Basically, I am working my way up to doing a public appearance, a presentation at schools basically, and I'm nervous as anything, but I'm not really sure what else I can do to prep, because I have written out my presentation, I've given it a few times, and I think I'm on the right track. But you know, I'm not good at public speaking. Even on Authortube I have a script to read from, and that calms my anxiety. So we'll see how it goes. So have you given any signings? If you have, you got any tips for everybody? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pre-order Crime Chronicles The Third Ache, which is the 3rd in a young adult urban fantasy series. And if you do pre-order, don't forget to grab the swag. And also, don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July 2025, where I'll be signing books. All the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye!